out Sentinel. I already tried it already, so I'm going to go ahead and explain how the kit works and if I think she's good or not. Early impression. So before we get into it, as always, these trials are not the best in showcasing like a baseline character because all these characters are P2 resonance 12, so everyone here is P2. So take the damage with a grain of salt. And I guess the biggest thing we want to talk about for Sentinel here is P1. It gives more damage bonus, more buffs, but the biggest thing is the P2 right here. So on her skill, this channel skill at P0, she's going to give you 9 bullets, and she's also going to give you 2 stacks of this surveillance thing. Surveillance is going to allow you to follow up attack. So 2 surveillance stacks, it's going to allow you to attack 2 follow-up attacks because each one consumes a bullet. If you don't have enough bullets, even if you have the surveillance stacks, you're not going to fall up tight. So you need the bullets, but you have a lot of bullets. You have 9. So P2 will give you 3 stacks of surveillance instead of 2. So you're going to be doing 3 follow-up attacks. So that's like pretty much the only thing. P2 is a pretty good portray if you're someone who's trying to go for portrays. Okay, so let's go ahead and showcase and kind of talk about how she does. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. I'll make it a little bit louder here. Okay, so we're going to do the same combo and we're kind of talk about how this mechanic works. So the combo that we usually do with Nautica is you want to buffer with Semmelweis. You want to go ahead and counter here. And this is going to start the Mother Earth protection. And when you're in the Mother Earth protection, every time your blood tithe goes up by 8, you're going to do a follow attack. But the reason why Sentinel is so good is because she's going to follow attack. She's going to make this blood tithe go like up really fast. So when it goes up really fast, Nautica is going to do a lot of counter attack, follow-up attack damage. So this is the combo. You go Semmelweis buff, go into the counter state. You're going to go ahead and channel. This is going to give her and the person in front, which is going to be Nautica, bullets. So this is the position you actually want to place them in. You want to place Sentinel behind Nautica. Okay, and then the last skill, you can use the Nautica skill here. This is going to help you increase your blood tithe even more. Or you can use, Sentinel skill, but I think that's a waste. You should just use your Nautica skill, okay? So I'm going to go slow here. So this is the buff from Semmelweis. And this is the counter. She's going to go into Mother's Earth for 3 rounds. So watch this blood tithe here. We're at 16. So we're going to channel. We're going to give ourselves 2 surveillance stacks. That's initially, but the next one is going to be 3. So you see that damage there? So we go from, I forgot what stacks we are, but let's just look here. So you see that surveillance stack right there? That's 1. That's going to do 1 follow attack. She has 1 more stack of surveillance, which is that circle thing on top of her. She's going to do 1 more follow-up attack. And every time she's using a follow attack, she's gaining this little debuff, the claw one, and she's also consuming the bullet. So just make sure you look at that. So did you see how Nautica did a follow-up attack there? And then she did a follow-up, and then we got another blood tithe. Okay. Hopefully that made sense for a second. So let me explain. See how all this blood tithe is going up? We got another follow-up attack there. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, every time you go up by like 8 points of blood tithe, you are going to do a follow-up attack. But the thing is, Sentinel is going to increase that by a lot. Overall, everyone in the team is going to make it do crazy because Medicine Pocket is going to contribute to it because you heal. And then Sentinel, you see how Sentinel now has 3 of these surveillance stacks. So that means this turn, she's going to consume 3 bullets and do 3 follow-up attacks. And then we're still in this state here. I'm not going to use the Nautica ulti because I'm not going to use it this turn. I'm going to, you know what? Let's just use it. Let's just use it. I want to get to the, Sentinel ulti so I can show you what it does. So let's gonna go with this, and we're just going to get to the Sentinel ulti. Okay. So watch this. Watch the blood tithe here on the blood tithe heart. And then here we go. We're going to go ahead. Ulti is going to consume a bunch of HP from everyone. So we procced another follow attack from her. Here's the follow attack from Sentinel. Here's another follow attack. And now she still has 3 surveillance stacks. Watch. 3 surveillance stacks. She's going to consume 3 bullets to do more damage, and then also add on to the 8 stacks right there. That's going to give her more damage for all 8 to 10. And then now it goes from 10 to 12. She still has one more surveillance attack, so that's 3 follow-up attacks, and each one did 35k. And we finished the fight without even getting to her ulti again. That's crazy. Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. That's insane. Okay, let me show one quick. Let's just show the ulti. We're not going to use Simulweiss. We're only going to use her. So this time we're going to switch it up. Instead of supporting Nautica, we're going to support Sentinel. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to completely ignore Nautica. We're going to pretend Nautica is not there. We're only going to be using Sentinel here. So what we're going to do is we're going to buff Sentinel. Okay, and then we're going to use the channel card. But we're basically just going to use it on ourselves. We're not going to use Nautica here. So, or let's pretend Nautica's not here. Let's see how much damage Sentinel can do by herself. So here we go. So we have the shot card there. Here we go. Okay, so we have 2 of these follow-up attacks right there. And then we're just going to keep on going. See how much we can do with just Sentinel. Because if I could switch up the positions of this team, I would put Sentinel behind Simulweiss. And then we could try like a Simulweiss Sentinel team. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and ulti here. We're going to go ahead and channel. Move a card. And then we're going to use this. So we get to her ulti. So here we go. Simulweiss ultis. Drains HP from everyone. Increases the blood tithe. So we go channel again. It's so unnecessary to channel, but we just wanted to do it. 42k. And then we still got 3 more shots left. We got 3 more shots from Sentinel. Here we go. Thankfully, we have Metas Pocket, one of the best healers for this team. 40k right there. Another 40k damage. So she does a lot of really good damage. Like, that's just easy 40k, and she's buffing your teammate. And here's the thing I want to talk about the ult that we could not talk about last time. Dude, these guys are doing so much damage. But, okay, here's the thing. So, you may or may not have seen, but there's a little wording in her ulti. It's telling you that this incantation or this ultimate does not take space in your spell dock. Initially, I thought it meant it doesn't like hoard up the space here. So when you're playing this team right here, right, you should be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's so weird that we got 8 here. Okay, well, that's so weird. Okay, I guess it works. I guess it works this time. Okay, if it works that way, okay. So what it says is it's not going to be counted in your spell dock. So sometimes you know how like if you have too many ultis, it's going to flood your spell dock here and you cannot get your regular incantations. So in the skill, it says it doesn't count towards the limit here, which it doesn't really count towards the limit here because now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the amount you usually have when you have 4 characters. But for some reason the last time I tried it, it didn't count, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it's like a slight translation error when I'm using Google Translate. But yeah, here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna ulti with her just yet. I'm gonna see how much we can stack. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and ulti with Nautica here. So let's see how much damage Nautica can do with the bullets. So we're gonna go ahead and switch the buff over to Nautica. We're gonna ulti. We're gonna prop the heal just to be safe, and then yeah, we can just kind of hit this guy just to see if you want to see a little bit more damage. So Nautica is going to do a crazy amount of damage because we have like essentially 48 stacks of blood tithe. Okay. Get out of here. Okay, here we go. We got 50. And we're about to ulti just one person. This is going to be crazy. Oh my god, I feel bad for this guy. Oh my god, 53,000 damage 20 times. That's like, that's 1,000,000 damage. 1,000,000 damage with the spikes. Another 100k, 1,000,000.2 or 0.3 damage just by Nautica by herself. Absolutely insane. Again, this is P2 Nautica with the support of Simulweiss and Sentinel. Okay. So look at this follow attack. She literally wiped out one monster just by herself. Okay, so here's the thing. This ultimate gets more damage based on the amount of stacks she gets. The wound stack right here, this one right here, this little claw marking, she has 20 here. So we're going to see how much damage she does. So what I'm actually going to do is switch all the buffs over to Sentinel, and we'll see how much Sentinel can do. Okay, here we go. We're going to go debuff. We're going to drain the HP. We're going to give Sentinel the buff now. And now we're going to ulti. Okay, so let's see how much damage Sentinel can do with a 20 stack ulti. This I've never seen before, so we'll see this. Let's see. I'm not sure what to expect here. We'll go slow. We'll go slow. All right, 20 stack ultimate from Sentinel here. All right, here we go. Look at this ulti. 200k damage. Okay, that's pretty good. Wait, that's actually really good. That's really, wow, that's really good. That's really good. As a supportive sub DPS, that's actually insane. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So pretty much you want to, since the ultimate does not take spots in your spell dog, you can just pretty much keep holding it and then get a lot of stacks on her. And you just saw at 20 stacks she did 200k damage on her ultimate, which is really, really good because you already have Simulwise doing damage and you already have her doing damage, and obviously Nautica is the main carry. You saw Nautica. I use none of Nautica's skills except for ultimate, and she still did 1 million damage. So yeah, this team is pretty cracked with Sentinel, and Sentinel being here will be able to free up your flutter page for your other team. So yeah, really, really good. First impressions, I think she is very, very good for Nautica. I'm not gonna say if she's a must pull or not. I'm gonna definitely have to get her and try her at P0 before I can give any more comments, because again, these guys are P2 here. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll do more testing for Centurion, Getian, and Druvis soon. All right, peace.